It's been about 10 years since I first discovered that I was on the autism spectrum. And it's like a journey. Like, this video is kind of like a journey of what I went through. It's like my journey of self-acceptance, my journey of discovering myself, really, if that's the right way of putting it, discovering myself. So as a child and a teenager, I was okay academically. I was always a C student, like, a pass student. Not exceptional, not shit, just pass. Sometimes in stages I was popular, I was fun to be around. Sometimes in stages I was not. I was the butt of jokes. Wasn't the coolest kid. Sometimes I would pick on kids. Once I made a kid cry, but sometimes I got teased a lot as well. Sometimes maybe bullied. I don't really know what the line of bullying or teasing. I got teased a lot. I did tease kids a lot. So I've always been kind of in the middle with things. I wasn't a bully, I wasn't bullied. I teased a lot. I've also got teased a lot. So I was never just picked on, or I was never a bully. I was always kind of in the middle. Sometimes I was popular, sometimes I wasn't. I was kind of liked, but I was also kind of in the middle. I was an in-betweener, basically. Early 20s, discovered that I was on the spectrum. I felt highly insecure about myself, who I was. I had such low self-esteem. I kind of just assumed that because I'm on the spectrum of autism, I'm just basically a freak, an outcast, weirdo, never gonna get a woman, never gonna be able to date a woman. I had all those thoughts. I had such low self-esteem. But I was popular. I socialized a lot. I was that sort of quirky, weird, but fun to be around guy. And I had so many friends, and we used to always go out drinking together, even like a Monday night. We'd be like, all right, let's go to the pub. Let's have one, 6 beers later, I'm staggering home. So I did a lot of socializing, I had a lot of friends, a lot of pub friends, a lot of people to talk to, but I had very low self-esteem. I had no girlfriends, I didn't have any of that whatsoever. Also, throughout my 20s, I did a lot of traveling. I went to some very interesting places. I lived in Italy for a while. I learned Italian, and I backpacked through Ghana. I've done things. I've done interesting things. I put myself into very strange but wonderful situations in my life. From the ages of like 24 to 26, I started dating, started properly dating, having those things called girlfriends. I actually started dating. They weren't necessarily the right women for me, hence why I'm now single, but I did start dating. And then from the age of like 27 to now, I'm 30. Not necessarily proud to admit it, but I'm going to admit it anyway because I want to be real with you. I did a lot of sleeping around. I discovered how to be with women. I discovered how to attract women. So I've had a lot of sex, basically, a lot of sleeping around. Like I said, I'm not necessarily proud. I'm kind of proud for how far I've come, because in my early 20s, I couldn't attract a single woman. I had no girlfriend or sex for about 5 years. That's the one thing that really brought me down, was my self-esteem. So the fact that then in my sort of later 20s to especially like 27 to now, sleeping around, there is a part of me that sort of boosts my ego a bit, like, oh, you know what, yeah, but that's because, again, early 20s I was terrible with women, so it's kind of like I'm proving to myself, yeah, I am good with women, I can do it. Yeah, like I say, it's a part of me that's like, yeah, I'm a legend, but it's a part of me that's feeling like a scumbag. So also mid-20s, I spent a lot of time doing drugs. I went down that scene of drugs, mainly just Charlie. Not something I ever planned to get into, but it just happened. Hanging with people, I finish work, I then just go to a house party. Next thing you know, someone's there dealing, and next thing you know, it's 6 in the morning and I haven't slept at all. I did that a lot in my mid-20s. And again, not proud of it. Disgusting. Drugs, those sort of drugs are just disgusting. You don't want to really get involved with that. I say to experience life to the full, but in terms of drugs, I'd say just avoid them. Just don't go near them. I'm talking from experience where I've done a lot of drugs, and for one, it's a waste of time. You really are fucking up your mental health by doing drugs, and you're fucking up your physical health. Like, you are just fucking everything up by doing drugs. So now, from the ages of 28 to like 30, I spent less time drinking, didn't really do drugs anymore. Like, there was a couple of moments where I slipped up, but drugs are kind of gone now. Like, that was it. Like, I've had enough, I've done it. I don't really want to do it anymore. I'd rather have an early night. Didn't really want to go out as much anymore. I don't really go out drinking anymore. It's just a thing I don't do anymore. But I did do some traveling. I did travel around Thailand, Vietnam. There were some moments where I did start partying, started drinking, more casual, degenerate sex. I did start doing that. But now that I'm at the age of 30, I don't feel much different to the age of 20, except my self-esteem. We'll come back to the self-esteem bit in a minute, but I don't drink really much anymore. I don't do drugs. The thought of doing drugs now is just a no. Like, that's it. It's done. I don't touch drugs anymore. I promise you that. But the main part of me being 30 is my self-esteem. Thing is, we have a choice. I had a choice. I had two choices. Number one is to sit, be fucking depressed, get fat, fuck the world sucks, fuck everyone, and then just get depressed and then maybe just kill myself along the way, maybe. That was choice number one. And choice number two was not letting my disability, my autism, my whatever, get the better of me. Yes, I've got difficulties in my life, but I didn't let it get the better of me. I said, no, I'm not a fucking freak. No, I can make it in life. I can attract women, and I did. I can earn better money, and I am earning better money. I can socialise. I can be popular. I am. I mean, I'm not as popular as I was back in the day, but not unpopular, but I don't really go out drinking. I don't really have all these friends now. I mean, some have moved on, some have got married, growing up. You don't really see many people anymore. But I've moved on, but I didn't let the autism, this is kind of the point I want to make to you, because you might be going through something similar. You might have just discovered you're autistic or ADHD, anything. Don't let your disability don't let it, not define you, but don't let it become the better of you. Don't let it destroy you, basically. Don't let your autism, your ADHD, whatever, destroy you. And this goes to anything. Yes, you might struggle in certain things, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get far in life. Don't let it destroy you. It's kind of easy to say this because I'm not like, how do you say it? They're not the most disabled person in the world, if that makes sense. I mean, there are others that are far off worse than I am. I know that I'm not delusional. There are many others that are far worse than I am, so I'm definitely grateful for that. But I know there's gonna be someone that's gonna go, oh, it's all right for you because you're attractive. Oh, it's all right for you because you're not disabled, you're not in a wheelchair, or you're not been in an accident, lost your arms, or some shit like that. Yes, I know, dickhead. I know. And I know it's easy for me to say this now because I've got on my arms or some shit, but it's the same. Don't let your disability rule you. Don't let it overwhelm you. Don't let it ruin your life. I know it's always easier said than done. Trust me, I've been through it all. Learning I was autistic and not being able to socialise properly, having poor social skills, and then not being able to attract a woman, and it all just compounded, and I felt like absolute shit. I had depressed symptoms. That's my story. I'm now 30, I'm in a much better place, much better place. I've travelled a lot, and yes, I've done partying, drugs, and degenerate sex a lot. I've done all that. I was able to actually do it. Whereas in my early 20s, I thought, I'm never gonna be able to have sex. I'm never gonna be able to have one night stands. I'm never gonna be able to meet a girl. I'm never gonna have a girlfriend. I'm never gonna be attractive. I'm never gonna be this. I'm never gonna be that. And all these bullshit thoughts that came into my head, it became my reality because I was telling myself these thoughts, so it became reality. I didn't really realize how powerful my thoughts actually were, how powerful they actually are. Because every thought you have, it does become your reality. It became my reality. I became depressed. Even when I was living in Italy, I thought, oh, I'll live in Italy, my life would be great, and I look so cool, and Italia. I still became depressed in the first 3 months. Your thoughts do become your reality. That's kind of what I want to say in the video, so I hope this makes sense. If you've made it this far, then do hit subscribe and let me know in the comments who you are, your story. I'd love to hear from you, and I do make videos like this, so do hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Grazie e ci vediamo.